Greetings everybody and welcome to yet another Star Trek Online video. Tony here, and well, I have an announcement to make, and this was something that was not easy for me to do, but due to the fact that I did not have much time to spend with my fleet, or as much time, and as many of you may or may not know, you noticed that there was a big lull in videos as far as videos I've been recording because I didn't have that time. But many people don't know this, but I do a radio show. Not about STO, but I do a heavy metal radio show. I have work, I have a family and all that stuff, and it was really hard for me to keep logging on and being a leader of a fleet and running a website and doing all that stuff. So I'm here to announce that I have joined or rejoined some old friends of mine in Battlefleet Olympus, which is a newer fleet formed around the same time the 37s was formed, and that the 37th Tactical Wing will basically be disbanded. And it was a very difficult thing for me to do, but I did not feel I had much choice. The lack of time, effort, the base, Starbase was getting behind a little bit, and so I decided that a change was in order and joined the Battlefleet Olympus, which includes many friends of mine here on STO that I have not been in a fleet with for quite some time, but people I used to love playing the game with, and now I am back with them. So you can check us out, battlefleetolympus.com, and you can check out the website, which Mark Kinkowitz, who is the webmaster, did a nice little LCARS themed website, and I will be putting some articles on there, and we will be doing a lot of really cool stuff with that website within the next couple of months. So I'm definitely looking forward to my new, I guess, position. I don't really have a position in the fleet. I guess I'm the recruiter. So, but check us out. I mean, we're a fun fleet. These guys are great. I've known most of them for the last couple of years now, being on this game, and it's a great group of people. And we have we're making a lot of progress in our starbase, pretty much almost at a tier 3, and I'm looking forward to contribute with them. So with that, let's discuss what is going on in this video. Now, what you are looking at right now is myself, and we're going to check out how I'm sporting the new Battlefleet Olympus logo along with my bridge officers. And I'm going to show you, well, first of all, I'm going to do a short little session where I'm going to show you my Regent Class assault cruiser, and it'll be a small segment where I show the Regent Class assault cruiser, how I have it configured. Then you're going to watch myself and a few other people do Cure Space Elite, one of the STFs, and it's a very sloppy run. It wasn't the smoothest of runs, but we did get the optional by a second in this. But the biggest reason that I recorded it was to show you the capabilities of the ship and what the actual plugins, how they work. Plus, I'm going to give you some random STO commentary, because there is some commentary that I would love to give you guys, that just some opinions on certain things in the game that I think I would like to see and many of the players would like to see. And also giving you my opinion of where I think the game is compared to 2 years ago, what I like, what I don't like, and hopefully maybe some devs or something will be watching this video. So anyhow, I'm aboard the USS Endeavor, NCC 99841-A, and my old regular standard tier 5 assault cruiser was the USS Endeavor, which of course, I name my ships after various things: scientists, astronauts, space shuttles, you name it. I basically will name my ship after something like that. So but you're checking out the Endeavor, and I'm just kind of waltzing around through the hallway here and trotting around through her a little bit. But the Regent Class is pretty cool. I liked what they did with this. I was really a big fan of what they did with this. Ooh, I have an empty trophy room, which I guess I'll do some trophies here while I'm talking. But the Regent Class is pretty cool. One of the things I do like about it is that the plugin, not the plugin, but the special ability, which is these canisters. I'll kind of show you this in a little bit. But these canisters here, Metreon gas canisters, these things, they aren't, I wouldn't call them the greatest of abilities. They don't do a ton of damage, but what they do And you'll see this when I show you our sloppy run in the cure, which, by the way, Sky, a.k.a. Darren from Battlefleet Olympus, was in that and died quite a bit, although he wasn't a bird of prey. I don't think he was very happy about... I don't think he was very happy with my... Not happy, but I think he was kind of a little bit disturbed that I would be showing him dying quite a bit. But it's really not about that. But anyway, the Metreon canisters are really cool. And the reason I think they're really cool is because when you're trying to slow down the Raptors, especially after you blow the cubes up, you can not only use the warp plasma, but to slow them down again, that Metreon canister comes in handy. And at the same time, it does a little bit of damage. So this is the actual cure is actually pre-recorded. So when you watch it, I'll be commentating while it's playing. But in reality, I recorded this. Oh, this had to be... I'd like to say about 3-4 days ago. So, and I'm doing some. Yeah, let's do this. I'm doing some of these. I like setting up the trophies. I always have a set thing of trophies that I do, and yeah, we'll do this one. That's a pretty cool looking one. So, but anyhow, I'm going to leave a ship interior. I'm going to show you a couple things here really quick. And yeah, I think I'm in K7. Randomly, there's a little bug going on, randomly beaming into the how shall you call it, the bar per se. But anyway, this is how I have the ship configured. You're looking at it's a standard cruiser config. It does come with this cool special torpedo ability, this quantum torpedo ability, which is pretty cool. It's a prototype launcher, and it has a wide-angle targeting system that allows the torpedo to lock onto targets that would normally be outside of the standard firing arcs. So it provides a 180 firing arc as compared to the 90-degree firing arc. So pretty cool at that. But this is standard stuff. You know, I've come to realize that I really like the Borg stuff, and I've been collecting so many of those prototype salvages to get a lot of this Borg equipment. It's universally great for STFs and also great for doing, you know, your other PvE stuff and everything. But, you know, Mark 12 Mako set, some hull platings, nothing insane. 3 phaser things, phaser relays. Always have a field generator. And I also have the assimilated module, which also gives you some good stats as well, some good things to add on to what you already have. But the Borg stuff's pretty cool, and I'm just kind of glancing through it and showing everybody, you know, what's here. But this is basically what I have on the ship. Nothing to write home about really. It's a great PvE configuration. And I'm actually going to beam up to the ship because I'm going to show you just some of the hull stats. You know, and again, I'm skilled quite a bit in all the tactical skills and quite a bit of engineering as far as shields and hull plating go. But, you know, I'll do a little... We'll kind of get out here in space so you can check out what this baby looks like. And, you know, it's a pretty sleek-looking ship, actually. You know, I really, really like the Zimmerman bridge with this. But it's very, very nice. You can see fleet logo on either side and checking out the bottom of the ship. But it's pretty slick looking. I'm really actually pretty impressed with this ship. I actually have had a lot of fun doing STFs and doing other things with this. So anyway, this is how I have it configured. It's a great ship. These Metreon canisters are kind of cool because what you do is you spread like you do the theta radiation console, or maybe if you do the eject warp plasma, you can actually spread these Metreon radiation. It does do some damage. You hit a button, which is, you know, it'll appear down here, and you know, this is just typical configuration. But here's what's cool about it. You have a lieutenant commander tac slot and an ensign slot. So in this configuration, sometimes I'll do like torp spread 3 and then torp spread 2. It doesn't matter, but I like to use abilities that can attack multiple enemies. And this is kind of it's got a lieutenant engineering slot, a commander engineering slot, and a universal slot, which I use for a couple science abilities. So this is the configuration, and armed with phasers. And I'm going to tell you what, we're going to leave here now, and we're actually going to go, and I'm going to take you to an STF. One other thing, too, something about the duty officer system I found out in the Starbase. If you go into where your bank is, you can, and you have maxed out, you can use 10,000 of these XP points and use it to, check this out, get some fleet marks. So I did these assignments, which will be ending soon, and I get fleet marks I could use towards the Starbase. So just figured I'd let everybody know about that. And well, we're going to go on to the STF, which was recorded a few days ago, but I did use the USS Endeavor here, the Regent Class, and well, we'll show you what it's capable of, and we'll show you its capabilities. So with that, here we go. We're going to check out the STF Cure Space Elite with myself, a couple of friends of mine, and a couple of random people. All right, here you go. This is the STF, and we're kind of just negotiating who's going to do what. And, well, you know, what's going to end up happening is I believe, what did I do? Yeah, typical Cure Space Elite plan. And for those of you that don't know how to do Cure Space Elite, well, you're going to watch a very rough version of how to do it, but you will see how to do it here shortly. So, anyway, you have 3 cubes. You have the probes underneath the cubes. We destroy the probes under the middle cube. Destroy them. Then we go and destroy them under the right cube. Blow up the right cube. Blow up the middle cube. And then the one that's on the left, blow up those probes, and then blow up that cube, etc., etc. Now, the trick, and the interesting part about it is that somebody has to guard the Kang, which is that ship I'm passing up now, and make sure the birds of prey and don't come and destroy it. So, and whatever cube we are attacking, we destroy the bird of prey spawns as we're here. So this is me, and I don't think anybody died in this, but I'll tell you, all the Hulk buddies really do help. So some pretty cool stuff, and just me sitting here firing away. So let's talk about STO, and let's talk about the good and the bad. And I haven't really written a lot about this in a long time, but I'll tell you what, there are so many great things I'm really liking so far, and there's some things that I don't like so much. And this is not me to go on here to complain, or to randomly just complain and whine and everything, but it's because I care about the game and I want the game to get better. So, things I do like. You're looking at one of the things I like, the Regent Class ship. I really dig it. I like it quite a bit. I am liking a lot of the C-Store stuff they're coming out with. I love the Armitage. I thought that was a great escort, and they have quite a few other great things going on. But as far as C-Store stuff, I'm really digging some of the C-Store stuff. The episode series at the beginning of the year, again, epic win. I think that was a great series, had a great plot, great storyline. I do have fun doing the Tholian incursion once in a while. Not too big on it, but I do have fun doing it. I love the way they redid the STFs. The duty officer system is a major win. I think that's probably one of my favorite aspects of the game right now. Especially if I don't play every day, I can just log on and do duty officer assignments and earn rewards that way. But definitely down with that. And overall, I'm really liking some of the new weapons and some of the new stuff coming out. Now, stuff I'm not a big fan of. Well, one thing I'm on the fence. I am on the fence with lockboxes. And you just saw the Metreon gas, by the way, while you're here. Check this out. I spread a Metreon gas, and yeah, it did a little bit of damage, but it stopped that raptor for a little while. But anyhow, lockboxes. Now, the one thing the good and the bad, obviously, when the lockboxes first came out, I hated them. And let's go back to Christmas of almost a year ago, where you really didn't get anything constructive And you do get that photonic officer, which was kind of cool. I do have that on 2 of my characters, 2 of my tunes. But I was not... The one thing I was not a big fan of them when it came out. I ended up getting a bug ship through a trade. And then the lockboxes that subsequently came afterwards, the Cardassian and the Ferengi, just wasn't a lot of stuff you were getting out of them. You were getting like a gold box that could be like a Lobi crystal, for example, which was ridiculous for something so rare. So then I thought to myself, because I really didn't buy these things because of the fact that, again, not a big fan of the lockbox system and not a big fan at the time. Although the ships were cool, I got the ships again in the trade. I actually, when I would get a gold box, I would open it, and I ended up getting a couple Gallers, and I traded a Galler for a Decora. That's how I got the Decora. So, let's talk about the lockboxes now. And the ones with the Tholian, again, I didn't really get into those too much, but the Tholian lockboxes were cool, only because you would get something useful out of all of them. The upcoming temporal lockboxes, I think, are cool because you are going to get something useful out of all of them. You didn't always get something useful. You got garbage out of the predecessors. And, of course, with the reissue of the Ferengi and Cardassian lockboxes, you do get something useful out of each one of them. So, from that aspect, I'm pretty happy about those. And, STO, the one thing about the lockboxes that I do like is, well, I don't like some of the non-canon ships. And I really couldn't care less about a lot of those. As far as the time ship, maybe I'll go for one, maybe I won't. I don't know. But the one thing I do like about it is they do have a business model. And they do generate revenue to keep the game going. Now, when I talk about revenue for keeping the game going, and that means to me, there needs to be a lot of new content. And they need to do something to continue the storyline. They need to do something to just continue the Trek feel of the game. Because right now, many people feel that the Trek feel of the game is just not quite there as much. And it's been lost a little bit. And I believe it has. We need more story. We need more story content is what we need. We have plenty of STFs and missions. We need more missions content. We need more story content. And in my opinion, that is what we need. And that's where that money needs to go. And for me to be a big supporter of the lockboxes, we definitely need that story content. We need more episode series. Another set of sector space to check out. Starbase, again, I do like the Starbase. Don't get me wrong. I think that's really cool. It gives fleets a purpose. But to be honest with you, the lockboxes are only really good if they're going to be adding a lot more to the game. And when I mean add to the game, not to the C-Store. I'm more or less talking about actual playable content of this game. Because the storylines and stuff they do have, and if you're a new player, there's a ton of content to explore when you first start. The storylines are great. The episodes are great. They're fun. I went through recently and replayed all of them, and they were a lot of fun. So there is a good Trek feel to that, but they need to add more of that to this game. We have the business model that they're going to go with. Lockboxes, C-Store stuff, microtransactions, gold subscription, all that stuff, which is great. Honestly, that's great. But we need to see more in terms of content. And the players that are lifers, like myself, lifetime subscribers, that's what we need, man. I mean, we need that content. So, well, now we're at the phase blowing up the right cube as we're here, before I get into more STO commentary. And you're going to watch all of us basically blowing this thing up. And this was a few days ago. My memory usually only lasts from like a day ago. So, but you're going to see, and if you look at your screen, and you watch us blow this cube up, what I am going to do, I believe, is I'm going to go either warp plasma or Metreon some of these raptors that are going to come out. Because what happens is, when you blow up one cube, the other two cubes, Borg raptors come out. 3 raptors on each cube. When you blow up the second cube, you see Negvars coming out, which are obviously harder to destroy. So obviously, after you blow this cube up, you got to stop the raptors. You can do that by having everyone with super high DPS ships, or using warp plasma theta radiation, Metreon, whatever you want to use. Gravity Well 3 is good for that, to help stop it. So, and there you go. You see the 3 raptors coming out of this cube here, and I'm going to warp plasma them, as you see, coming about, and then I'm going to proceed to, well, start shooting at them with beam fire at will 3, or not 3, but beam fire at will is great for this, and torpedo spread is great for this. So, checking out me trying to blow up some raptors. I'm obviously getting some help from some other people. But I really like this ship. I've had a lot of fun with this Regent Class ship. And there goes another cube. And if you see to the left, towards the other cube, you see all those neg bars. Now this is a very sloppy run. And here's the Metreon I'm letting out right now. And then as soon as it gets done, you're going to see me click a button on my tray to detonate the gas. There you go. And then now it's going to detonate. Not a buttload of damage, a decent amount of damage. It did some criticals, actually. And actually, we just blew those things up. So here are these raptors that weren't quite destroyed. And I'm going over here and destroying them. And double warp plasma, I guess we got going on over here. Which I'm sure will help deflect the Negros. Actually, yeah, these raptors are a pain, though. These things could be pretty... If you don't have a pretty good hull and some good DPS, it could be hard. I can tank them one-on-one pretty easily in pretty much any of my ships, but again, if you don't have... The hull plating's really helpful for resistance, because these things do some damage when they come at you. So, and there's the neg bars. We have already blown up 2 of the cubes. And this is hilarious, because the team of people, I've played with all these people before, we've beaten this with like 3, 4 minutes left to go to get the optional. I don't know what was going on. I don't think any of us were really on our game today. But, excuse me. But you see us attacking these neg bars, and warp plasma always does a great thing. It's a great way to stop them. The gravity well is a great way to stop them if you have a science ship. And it's always good to have like one person with a cruiser or a science ship to help stop them. And then the ideal thing is to have 4 escorts and someone in a cruiser that can use warp plasma on these guys, or a carrier. Carriers are good for that as well. But we almost lost the objective on the Kang, and we got to prevent these ships obviously from hitting the Kang, which is behind us. So now that they're blowing up, we're going to head over to the last 3rd and final cube. And we are going to, well, essentially we're going to, and again, I'm not playing this live, I'm just commentating on the recording of this, and we're going to start blowing up the probes. Now what I always like to do is blow up the 3 bottom probes, then blow the top ones up. If you blow a bottom and a top one, that's when that raptor and that 1 neg bar that like to follow you up here. And you always want to destroy those before you leave this cube. You want to blow those things up, because they will follow you, and they will attack the Kang, and they will do some mucho damage if somebody doesn't gang up on them and blow them up. So just kind of sitting here blowing these bottom probes up, and it's hilarious. We got like 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Usually when you have 3 minutes left, it's like, you know, you're not going to do it. You know you're not going to do it. But we somehow, I lost hope of us getting optional here, but we somehow ended up, it's actually pretty funny. We somehow ended up, oh yeah, somehow ended up getting this optional, which I don't know how we did. It actually baffles me even now. So, anyhow, you're going to blow these probes up. But anyhow, talking a bit about STO and some of the things that are coming up, I'll tell you what, they really need to fix PvP. I haven't PvP'd in a year and a half. And the reason I haven't, or set up a ship for it, and the reason a lot of people don't, is that PvP just isn't, the way it's set up, there's just so many issues with it, that it's just very discouraging to really do it. And I have stopped putting, I did not put any effort into doing it for over a year and a half. It's been a long time. So that's something that needs to be fixed. I'd love to see more of the storyline continue. I would love to see, One of the things, here's the other thing too. One of the things I really wish they would do is allow us. They up the cap, the amount of ship slots you can have, because with all these lockbox ships and fleet ships and all the stuff we have coming on, and all the shuttles, there just really isn't enough slots. You know, maybe the cap of ship slots, I think it's 30. I don't remember now. I know I have quite a few. I know I don't get any more, even with my vet rewards. But you know, it just, to me, it seems like they should up the cap, up it by like 10, or maybe give us like 20 shuttle slots and then 30 ship slots, and then that way we can have just ships in the ship slots, and then put shuttles in the other one. But you know, they need to up that. That cap is ridiculous. Now, as far as the bridge officer cap goes, I understand that 44 is quite enough. And I'm probably one of the people that caused them to put a cap on it, because I have 130 slots, I think, and 120 fobs. But you know, that's something that needs to happen too, because it's just getting to that point where you just have so many ships, I have nowhere to put them, and I don't want to discharge any of them. So, well, anyhow, we're coming up to the end of these probes, and it's hilarious. Once we blow this up, we got like 40 seconds left to blow this cube up, and everybody just, you know, once you get to this point, just ignore the neg bars that they spawn, because you could easily blow this cube up right away, and then go after the neg bars because you got to hail the Kang for the Kang to exit the area. But this is absolutely hilarious. But, you know, we're just making every effort to just completely annihilate this thing and blow it up. We end up blowing it up, but then you got to hail the Kang. So we got like 5 seconds left to do that, and there it goes, man. We defeated it. It's freaking funny. Oh, that's hilarious. I just think that's what a sloppy STF. It really wasn't a great run. I usually have better runs than this when I'm with people, but so then you blow up the remaining ships, which we're doing right now. Just beam fire at willing away at these things, and having a blast doing so. By the way, again, quite a bit of fun. And yeah, someone's got gravity well, which is always great to hold these things back. Not a lot of escorts here, but some good cruisers, some science ships that we did well as a team to actually beat this. Usually if you don't have a decent amount of escorts, it's hard to do. But a lot of these people I know that I've played with before have pretty good setups. I usually get optionals with them. And yeah, so these neg bars, yep, they're going bye-byes. And now what happens is you got to defeat the carrier. The carrier will spawn fighters, birds of prey, you name it, it will spawn it. And here you go, gravity welling it. Well, maybe I'll do the Metreon gas to it. I don't remember what I did. I just remember firing at it non-stop, and yeah. It's hard to see because of all the spatial anomalies people are launching at it. Plasma torpedoes and disruptors and tri-cobalt. Oh, I warped plasma this bad boy. Yep. There you go. And you just DPS the crap out of this thing. I mean, it's really actually not that hard to beat. It really isn't. They nerfed a few of the ships on Pure Space actually. Kind of liked it. It was a little more of a challenge when the bird of prey and the neg bars would really actually almost annihilate you in like 3 shots. It was a bit more challenging to beat them, but oh well. And here we go. I'm doing the Metreon radiation to it, encasing it in Metreon gas. Actually, that was very bad. Oh yeah, I did get it. There it is. It's hitting the shields now. So there you go. I'm detonating it. Kind of some cool fireworks. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but it does enough. Just some. But having a warp plasma and that Metreon gas to be able to use that simultaneously is great. And Now the carrier is, you can kiss it goodbye. It's gone. It's dead. There you go. Garbage for loot. I got a lockbox, some encrypted data chips, and some impulse engines. And, yep. And here, we're going to log right out and leave the map. So, there we go. And where am I going now? I don't even know. I don't even know where I'm going right now. Oh, back to Earth Space Dock. There we go. So, that's pretty much it. And, again, some of the random commentary. Again, I just wish I really wish they would add more ship slots. I think that's something that I would love for them to do. And Cryptic, people want to buy them. It is a source of income for you. I know the challenges of running an MMO from the IT standpoint. They can be grueling and they can be challenging, but your player base does want those eventually. You added some great stuff. Again, you know, the stuff I had spoken about before. I love the account bank. I love the star bases. I think the star bases are fun. They really are. They're a lot of fun. You got someplace to meet as a fleet. You're not meeting at like K7 or Deep Space Nine or whatnot. And yeah, there you go. So, chilling out here on the bridge. So with that, you know, everybody have a good one. And I'll tell you what, everybody have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. I have switched fleets, joined a bunch of friends of mine at Battlefleet Olympus, so you could check us out, battlefleetolympus.com. We are also recruiting, so we're looking for new members, and we got a lot of really good veteran people here as far as members go. A lot of great veteran players. There's a lot of vet players, but again, I am here, and I am also great with the new players, and these videos, of course, serve the purpose of helping the new players. So with that, everybody have a wonderful day, wonderful weekend, wonderful night whenever you're watching this, and we'll see you in the galaxy.